So in this next video in Free Traffic Secrets, we'll specifically talk about how to target buyers in your keywords. Now, on some of the prior trainings, which you may have watched already, we actually address how to do keyword research, how to analyze a website, how to get ranked, and all that good stuff right there, where we actually show off how you can basically analyze a keyword. And although there's tons and tons of keywords that you can analyze and rank for, and there's several very, very good ones, there's a specific kind of keyword that we thought basically warranted its own little section, and those are what we call buyer keywords. So this video will focus on how to target buyers in your keywords and rankings so that you can make sure your rankings result in traffic that actually bring you sales. Oftentimes, people try to compete over what we call junk keywords. Some junk keywords can even be super competitive, yet the people searching for them oftentimes are worthless in terms of the potential to make money off of them. Instead, you want to focus on buyer keywords, which, despite oftentimes being far easier to rank for, they're oftentimes completely ignored because they might not get as much traffic as many of the junk keywords out there. But here's the thing. If you had to pick between ranking for a keyword that is likely to result in 100 visitors that are most likely buyers finding you versus 100,000 or even 1,000,000 visitors that are highly unlikely to ever buy, which would you rather rank for? The easy answer is the smaller amount of traffic that brings in the buyers. But unfortunately, most people in practice tend to do the opposite because they just don't know any better and assume that more traffic is always better. This presents a huge opportunity for the smart site owner who then targets potential buyers with less competitive keywords than the junk traffic that is far more competitive typically, because they get a lot more searches. So what exactly is the difference between a buyer keyword and a junk keyword? A junk keyword is a keyword that is super competitive but very unlikely to result in it being an actual buyer. For instance, if you were selling mopeds online, a keyword like mopeds would be mostly junk and super hard to rank for most likely. Sure, it gets a lot of traffic, but the vast majority of the searches are of people just looking up pictures or information on mopeds and most likely not looking to buy one. A buyer keyword is a keyword that is likely to come from a potential buyer, and there really are two types of buyer keywords. The first type of buyer keyword is a keyword that someone is using to look up how to buy a particular thing. For instance, a term like buy moped online or where to buy a moped online would have far less competition as well as far less searches, but anyone searching for buy moped online is probably looking to do what? To buy a moped online. The second type of buyer keyword is someone typing in a keyword or question that is likely to be one that a potential buyer would ask, even if they're not directly typing in keywords like buy. For instance, someone who searches for street legal mopeds in Georgia, or what is the best moped for a college student, isn't directly asking to buy in the search, but there's a very high chance that they're searching that because they're interested in getting a moped soon. In all of these buyer keyword cases, at least for the most part, there will be a lot less searches for those keywords, but even just a small handful of people searching for any of those keywords are very likely to result in more sales. And that's great for you, as typically few, if any, sites will truly try to compete over those terms. Oftentimes, no one will try to target those keywords in their title tags, blog post titles, video titles, article titles, so on and so forth. So if you were to make one blog post targeting each of those keywords in a separate title or blog post and actually providing good content and valuable information with a good offer, you would have an excellent chance of ranking for those terms and bringing in highly targeted buyer traffic. Even just doing one blog post, video, article, or so forth a week, targeting a new buyer keyword each time can start to add up to a lot of valuable little rankings, and buyers that will come for years upon years without extra effort on your part. And although you can definitely try to brainstorm as many buyer keywords as you can on your own, Webfire users can use one of the included tools called the Buyer Keyword Tool to automatically find lucrative buyer keywords in their market today. And here's a quick example of the Buyer Keyword Tool. So there's actually several different keyword tools inside of Webfire, and you probably saw several of them in the prior videos and such, but in this one you just go to SEO and keywords, and then from the drop down there you'll click on buyer keywords, and then you would type in a search term like moped or whatever keyword or market or product that you're basically in, where you're looking to find people looking to buy a specific product. So you type in the product or whatever right there, then it spits out a bunch of buyer related keywords. In this case, 75. We see just tons and tons and tons of them right here. We see like, cheapest mopeds, buy moped online, where to buy mopeds online, where to buy mopeds, cheap mopeds online, get moped, best mopeds online, where to find mopeds online, best moped website, luxury moped, brand name moped, high-end moped, top of the line moped, all sorts of good keywords right there. And you can analyze any one of these keywords right here. You can instantly track their keywords and rankings. You can do all that stuff again with these options right here inside of Webfire. So again, pretty cool stuff and a great way to get lots of buyer keywords where they don't necessarily get tons and tons and tons of traffic, but even if it's just a handful a month, they're super easy to target, oftentimes not that competitive at all, and they can bring in, most importantly, actual buyers. In fact, not only can you use these buyer keywords to achieve new rankings, but you can also use it with Webfire's many lead tools to even find leads out there right now today looking to buy almost anything out there, even if you don't use them to rank a site. But either way, you'd be a fool not to start targeting these keyword gems today.